number 7 here. It says, blessed are the peacemakers. It's Matthew 5, verse number 9, the 7th beatitude. Blessed are the peacemakers. Everybody say makers. Not for those that are peace, man. Not for those that wear... No, this is not what we're talking about. Blessed are the peacemakers. Now, it ought to make sense for us, right? I mean, if you've got tension, that's when you need what? Peace. When something's disrupted harmony, that's when you need peace. So the disciple is to be characterized as one who does what? Sees a situation that is lacking peace and steps up to the plate just like Jesus did and is willing to do what it takes to make peace and bring reconciliation. This is tough sometimes, isn't it? Yes, but blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the sons of God. Right, what did Jesus do when He comes to this earth? He has come to bring reconciliation between fallen man and a holy God. That's what His whole life's about, right? Bringing reconciliation. That's why He's willingly lays His life on the line there and willingly submits to crucifixion. Because humanity needed to be reconciled. There wasn't peace, there wasn't shalom, right? But Jesus, the Son of God, works peace. So what should we, His disciples, be known for? Peacemakers. Then we'll be called, what? Sons of God, just like the Son of God was known for His peacemaking. Now, some have suggested that that the backdrop for our beatitude here, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the sons of God, may have been directed at a group that eventually is going to be known as the Zealots. Have you heard of the Zealots before? Okay. Well, the Zealots in AD 66 is when it fully culminated. There was a group of Jewish people who were so fed up with Rome, and they believed that it was okay to use violence in order to bring about the kingdom of God. Okay? They said it's okay to fight against Rome because Rome is wicked, because Rome is idolatrous. There's no way that Rome should be ruling over us. Can't be the will of God. So let's put our swords, strap them on, and let's go out, and it's okay to use violence in order to bring about the kingdom of God. Now, it's interesting that Jesus is saying this, and let's call it about 30 A.D. The waters of revolution are already beginning to swell. And so Jesus, it appears, is doing His best to stress to those disciples and those crowds that, again, peace is not going to come with what? With the sword. No, Jesus has got another idea about how the kingdom of God is going to be realized. It's not in fighting, it's in reconciling. How is this kingdom going to be built? How will individual churches and relationships be built when you and I realize that sometimes there's strife? We don't always get along. And rather than being divisive, let's be peacemakers. Let's work for reconciliation. Then and only then will we really live up to that name, being children of God. So again, Jesus has to stress to His disciples, listen, be peacemakers. Let's not forget, we'll talk in just a few weeks, that Jesus even says you've got to love your enemies. Not the easiest thing to do, is it? Now, as we come to our 8th beatitude here, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is, everybody say is the kingdom of heaven. Now, as we'll see in these last 2 beatitudes as we again work towards a close, we're going to find that at times, according to Jesus, persecution comes to the disciple for one reason, for their commitment to the kingdom. And you know, sometimes when we get out and we live out this book, it will bring persecution. It's going to happen. If we're being that salt, if we're being that light, if we're getting out there and actively seeking to be a faithful member of the kingdom, persecution will come. But notice what Jesus says. Even those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, guess what? They're blessed. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm being persecuted, I don't especially feel blessed. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Come on, wave at me. Let me know I'm not alone. Yes. I'm in good company tonight. And Jesus said they were in good company. What company were they in? All we have to do is read the next beatitude. Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely. That's important, falsely, on my account. So as we're out there doing the will of God, not everybody's going to understand that. Not everybody's going to think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? Hello? When we get out and we're actively seeking to live out a life that pleases God and reconcile a world to Him, because that's what Paul said, right? 2 Corinthians 5, we are therefore Christ's ambassadors, as if God is making His appeal through, guess who? Us. How does God want to make His appeal to the people you work with? To the people that I come into contact with out there? How does He want to make His appeal to them? Through us. We are His ambassadors. So he says, when they do all these things that are evil against you falsely on my account, verse number 12, get ready, rejoice and be glad. Yeah, say what? Yeah, rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great. Where? In heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you.